Yo guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be looking at how to defend in twos. Now, there are a lot of aspects that you would usually need to cover in a video like this, such as, first man roll, second man roll, positioning, boost, sense of danger, cutting rotation, mechanics. As you can see, there is a lot of elements to defending that we would need to cover. However, in this video, just to keep it simple, we're going to focus on the first two aspects, which is understanding what the first man role is and also the role of the second man too. So what is the role of the first man? Now, without going into a lot of detail, just to give a kind of broad and simple definition to follow, your job as the first man in twos is to make life easier for the second man. And I understand that many of you might be thinking, well, what does this even mean? Well, don't worry because we'll be looking at a few clips and games that I played in to demonstrate the different situations that you can make life easier for your mate as first man. Now, what about the role of the second man? Again, just to keep it broad and simple, we will say that it is to position according to where the ball is most likely going to end up. Again, we will look at examples and clips of this too, so don't worry too much about trying to understand what is meant by that. And yeah, so okay, with that introduction and definitions being set, let's take a look at some examples, starting with the first man role. Okay, so let's take a look at the first example. Here, my mate challenges as I'm rotating back, and now I'm first man. But when my mate challenged, we saw that he flipped and had no boost. As first man, we follow the principle of making life easier for our second man. So as the ball goes up the wall here, it's very tempting to just insta challenge once you get the mid boost. But I think this would be risky because we just assess that mate needs boost and needs to reposition. So here we grab boost and turn away. Once it's confirmed that the opponent is taking it up the air, we aerial to cover high, and we're almost certain that mate has boost now and should be back at net, ready to cover low. And as you can see, this is exactly what happens. Second example. The idea here is that I can see mate has flipped and he will take a while to get back. Many lower ranks would try and challenge this ball, but that's risky since it's likely to fall to the opponent's second man rather than your mate since he's far away. So as you can see, we play it slow since the opponent is in the corner and not exactly threatening just yet. This buys potential time for mate to come back and we can play off the backboard. Thankfully, they hit it towards us, which gives us an easy clear. Third example. Here, as first man, we know mate is behind us getting boost. We grab boost and immediately rush to the backboard. Why? Because it's our job to cover high since mate will cover low. This is how you make life easier for your mate as second man. Fourth example. In this example, we can see mate has a good amount of boost. So this means we can hard challenge the opponent in the corner since it's a good assumption that mate will be ready for the second ball. If we had played it slow, it would make life awkward for your mate as second man because he's ready to pounce onto the next phase of play, but you're not enabling him to do so. Fifth example. In this example, I can see mate has landed with no boost and he's rotating out. So what should we do to make his life easier as second man? Well, as we've learned so far, we should play first man slow to allow him to get boost and reposition. However, we make a mistake here by playing aggressively and challenging. By doing that, mate has gotten boost but hasn't positioned yet for my challenge. And as you can see, it leaves him in a very bad 2v1 situation, which we fortunately get away with it. First example, we land and try to go for the ball but see that we're easily beat. So as second man, where is the ball likely going to end up? Well, I can see the opponent is going to land and can push for a play in the corner. And because my mate is covering the corner, it's likely the ball won't go mid, but will instead stay somewhere in the corner after the 50 happens. In that case, I'm going to support mate by being around where the ball is likely going to end up by demo chasing the player with the ball. Therefore, if I get the demo, mate won't have to worry about a 50 and will simply have a free ball. Second example. This one, I'm trying to approach as first man to apply pressure on the ball carrier, but I can't commit too hard because I can see that my mate is still landing. I turn away and assume second man because my mate is close to the ball carrier and I just need him to apply pressure as first man to make it easier for me as second man. He correctly challenges and I track the ball. Here, I turn away from the 50 because I saw that my mate had no boost and I wasn't sure if his car will reach to make a clean 50. I played it safe by turning away and I go to get boost because I know my mate will get mid boost and we can reapply pressure as a team. And throughout this entire sequence, I was trying to position according to where the ball was likely going to end up. Third example. This example is a mistake from me. Here, I planned to go for corner boost, but then I noticed that mate was about to challenge, and so I went for mid boost instead. However, this is a mistake because I'm still too far away from the play, and I didn't position according to where the ball was likely going to end up. And as you can see, the opponent has possession of the ball and has time to make a play on me. What I needed to do was jump off backboard towards mid pads, and that way I would have had a much better chance to get to the second ball before the opponent did. Fourth example. Another example of second man and how you're supposed to position to where the ball is likely going to end up. Here, we land with 33 boost and it's tempting to go for corner boost, but instead we instantly go towards where the action is happening because we need to make sure we're ready for where the ball is going to end up. As we push forward, we can immediately see that the opponent is going backwards and my mate is pressuring from behind. With that, it means the opponent has two options. Either he goes all the way back to his corner, which if he does, then my mate will continue chasing, or he's going to drop the ball mid. And in that case, we will cover mid. As we approach, he hits the ball down mid, which allows us to challenge and win the ball. Fifth example. In this last example, you can see that we take a pretty bad heavy touch which concedes possession to the opponent. This leaves myself in an awkward position. However, we know mate has full boost and is going backboard, which means he will play first man. And now as second man, we position according to where the ball is likely to end up. In this case, as the ball pops high, we stay near the ball waiting for the 50 because we know mate is going for it due to having boost and his backboard position. We need to get to the second ball, and that's why we linger underneath both players aerialing. The reason is because if mate beats him, which he does in this example, then I'm positioned well enough to follow the second ball with speed. And if mate gets beat, then it's very unlikely to be on target, so I can just turn around and pick up the free ball. So yeah guys, I do hope you enjoyed that video. Please share the video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you'd like more tutorials on other aspects of Rocket League, please drop a comment and I will try my best to do that.